So today we're gonna do day skincare routine. We call it no makeup look. Rejections doesn't scare me at all anymore because I was getting them literally daily. One of the most insecure people I ever met in my life was always models, because obviously when you have so many hormonal problems growing up as a teenager, like I was doubting so much if I ever gonna be a mom. I just feel like I'm in my becoming businesswoman era. It gives me more of an angelic feel. But don't let the looks fool you. I'm making a glow smoothie today. Okay ladies, welcome back to my channel for another fun video. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I usually film a lot of my let me adjust this exposure. I don't know if you noticed, but I a lot of times actually film a lot of my makeup videos and overall like beauty from Allegra's room, because it's the furthest room in my house, so I feel like it's really peaceful and quiet here, so I always come here to just hide and do my beauty routine. So today we're gonna do something that I haven't done in a while, is updated day skincare routine and a little light makeup that I usually do on the days when I have to run errands or when I have to shoot very easygoing content like workouts or food videos, so it doesn't feel too much, but at the same time there is something. We call it no makeup look. Well, I also will be talking about confidence, because I do feel like this past year I feel so differently on the inside, and I think the topic of confidence is such a known topic that's discussed online, but I feel like you hear all these noises, but until you truly experience and go through the transformation of your own confidence, you don't really understand that deeply. So I wanted to share with you my story and how I feel at the moment, and just reflect of how far I have come with my confidence since my childhood, my modeling days, and now as a mom and content creator. So let's get into it. I also will say I'm doing a pretty like over-the-top kind of skincare routine. I'm using mask, which I honestly don't do every day, but I wanted to show you like really the maximum that I do sometimes and kind of walk you through what I really do every day, what I do like occasionally, so you will get a lot of goodies that I really use. Okay, I feel like I needed to sit taller. I want to say before we start our makeup, I will hydrate. And I want to remind you that the beauty of a skin truly starts within. And whenever I lean into my hydration, I definitely see the way my skin reflects, the way it glows, the way it just feels more like moisture. So hydration always comes before skincare. So let's talk about skincare and just make a little intro. So before we start, I want to say that I will spray my face with this product called Clear Stem Skin Day All Day Spray. You can spray this on bare skin, but also this is a good as like refresh on top of your makeup throughout the day. It refreshes your skin, gives a glow. So whenever you see like really crazy glow on my makeup, this is what it gives it. So it has this hypochlorous acid, magnesium. It just works as a balancing pH and makeup setting. So this is such a great product. Does not irritate your skin, balance it out. Really have been using this one for a while, and overall I love the Clear Stem line. It's price reasonable, and also the product just really great quality. So the next one will be Exquisite Dual Hydration Mask. I have to say I discovered this mask from a local esthetician in Miami, Galina Skincare in Hollywood. So for those that lives in Miami, she's a great cosmetologist, but she recommended me those masks and I'm absolutely in love with them. So I will start with one for décolleté and neck. So this one, you see it's like a longer mask for that like lower area, and then this is for face. So we will go first for décolletage and then face, so I can actually talk. I want to say that 20s was truly my kind of like finding myself, my modeling era. For those that don't know, I've been a model for over a decade. I was starting modeling when I was 13. I'm 31 now. I just ended modeling. When did I end it? Maybe 4 years ago, like fully. I still occasionally do it, but it's not like my main goal anymore. But I've been doing modeling forever, and I feel like in my 20s I was truly so into modeling world where my confidence was truly coming from the external appearance and validation, because the industry is all about your appearance, right? So you conditioning yourself to compare yourself. There's always somebody younger, more beautiful. You just constantly feel like you are in this fight or flight mode because you have to kind of fight for your, in a way, existence in that like modeling world. But the thing is, like, when you are in a modeling world, that becomes kind of your own reality, and you truly forget about other things. You kind of like live by those rules, right? And I feel like for so long I've been just so focused on my outer appearance due to the job, and I was constantly just looking so closely into my body. You go to constant castings and you get rejected all the time, which doesn't help as well. But I have to say, as much as it doesn't help in terms of like at the moment being, you know, young and insecure still, but I have to say it really builds your character up. If you go through that school of life, it builds you for life in such a good way, because rejections doesn't scare me at all anymore, because I was getting them literally daily. So as richly as modeling paid, even so, people overestimate that only small percentage of models actually make it and get paid. But still, like, for the job, if you do make it to a good level, you do get paid richly. But the thing is, you get also pushed to the sides daily, and kind of like a lot of models do have problems with confidence. I always say one of the most insecure people I ever met in my life was always models, and that's true because of the nature of the industry. So I feel like as a model, you like conditioning yourself to perform the confidence on camera, the smile, the poses, the power. But deeply on the inside, I feel like a lot of models actually lack true confident feeling. So we are gonna do that hydration mask. It's called dual hydration. This one has like hyaluronic acid. What I also love about this mask is the fact that it actually sticks on your skin, because I feel like a lot of those masks, you kind of can function with them because you kind of have to stay still because it doesn't stick on your face. But this one, I'll show you now. First, it's hard to place it correctly, but once you do and you kind of separate it as a sticker, okay, it's coming here. So it removes as a top still. My nose is small. So then you kind of position it on the right, and I feel like it never fits really perfectly, but at least it doesn't slide down. It just kind of sits on top of your skin exactly where you place it, and it sticks like a sticker. You can actually like function and go around, do your, I don't know, smoothie, or I don't know, even work or whatever you want to do. You can actually like move around and don't feel like it's sliding down. The only thing, as I said, it's kind of hard to talk. Actually, it's not impossible. I might do like this hole a little bigger and just continue talking. Perfect. Yeah, actually, I look ridiculous, but we're talking skincare today, so let's give it a love to your hands too. And now that I'm reading also the ingredients, it's actually also have aloe vera, which is so calming for your skin. I always feel like after that mask, especially if I put it in the fridge, it removes redness, it hydrates well, the makeup looks well after. I mean, you'll see after the effect, but it has the collagen, it has the aloe vera, hyaluronic acid, so really hydrates well. And you have to keep it for about 15 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's talk about my 30s. I feel like my 30s is definitely been just like an eye-opening to a lot of things, but I do feel like to get to that 30s mindset, I had a lot of challenging periods of times. First one I think I want to highlight is when I exited modeling. So I feel like my environment changed drastically, and I was no more in such a toxic environment that pushes so much the idea of always being perfect on the outside and it's all about your appearance. I feel like exiting was a little bit hard because, as I said, I felt a little lost, and I just always felt like, oh my god, I'm not familiar with that kind of pace of life and a lot of things. So I feel like my self-worth was also tied up so much to that like modeling mentality and my appearance being in a top shape. So I feel like I was struggling so much for such a long time to kind of like detach from that modeling world. And becoming a mother definitely was something that I want to highlight, that taught me how to appreciate myself and being grateful to my body for going through pregnancy. And you've seen on my channel, if you've been long enough, like I suffered the period loss because of my dieting, and I think I was so scared for not being able to have kids, because obviously when you have so many hormonal problems growing up as a teenager, like I was doubting so much if I ever gonna be a mom. And you know, becoming a mom and your body go and grow this perfect little human, you definitely gain another level of confidence. confidence, but also respect for yourself. And with that comes the more of a deeper confidence. So I think since I exited modeling and became a mom, and I went through this all transformative periods that I was reconsidering my vision on what confidence is and what it tied up to for me, I think the confidence source started to shift to more of a direction that is more about self-growth and achievements outside of my appearance. I will not say that I don't care how I look, I truly do, but the way I look does not affect anymore my day or how I move through the day, right? I thrive to be better, I want to look good, but I don't feel like that's kind of what affects me on the inside anymore. So I will say that now, I don't know if it's a good or bad, but it's just an observation that now my confidence tied up a lot to my accomplishments and my knowledge on certain areas. And I think that propels you so much more in life. That's number one. Number two, I feel like it's also something that as you get older cannot be taken away from you. I think being focused on your appearance at the early age, like in your 20s, it's a kind of natural thing that everyone goes through, and I feel like it's a natural process of becoming a wholesome person. But as you grow older, I do believe that your projection and focus has to be shifted towards more self-growth and achievements, because you have to reach the next step of your life. I do believe that some women, specifically women, because I do feel like the importance of appearance more ties up to the female demographic, I do feel like some women don't progress from that stage, and as they get older, I do feel like they suffer so much more the aging process because they feel like their look and their appearance is all they have to offer. So I feel like it's really healthy to detach your mind from that mindset and move to more of an achievement mindset and growth mindset, because that's something, as I said, that cannot be taken away from you. So just to wrap it up, my confidence now definitely ties up more from what I do rather than how I look, which I think is very much what I wanted to see for myself in my 30s. Okay, let's remove this mask and just look at the skin. Look how hydrated it is already. I just have to rub into all the hyaluronic acid into my face. Same goes for the neck and chest, pretty important areas. Okay, next product will be Augustinus Bader. Sorry, it's like has makeup on it because it was in my makeup bag. I think I showed you this product, but it's Augustinus Bader Rich Cream. It's a little up on the pricier side, but if you have... Ooh, finished, sorry guys, I have to get another pack. Okay, so it's a cream that is day and night cream, and also I find this works as a primer well. This is actually a smaller package that I just got in Sephora, and I absolutely love how this product feels. It really is moisturizing without like making your skin too heavy, and I always say this works well as a primer too. It looks nice on the makeup, which is a big plus because you don't want like apply all the skincare and then your makeup look so uneven and cakey, and it's not the vibe. For the eyes, let's talk right away about the eyes. Is this one La Roche-Posay. This one is kind of a drugstore product, but I absolutely love this line. If you're looking for more of a budget-friendly drugstore option, this line is so great and really provides a good skincare that is just like on point without any fluff. I really like that, and I use actually their body cream as well. It's really great. You can also use it on kids, the body cream, so highly recommend. But this is the eye cream I use today. It doesn't irritate my eyes but hydrates so well. Look, like instantly you can see the hydration on the eye. The leftover I always give for the neck. I also want to talk how lately I just feel like I'm in my really self-growth, becoming businesswoman era, and I feel like I'm really changing my surrounding in the last like year. I feel like I'm craving those like connections and friendships that are more, I don't know, that's gonna maybe sounds rough and harsh. Of course, I believe that all friendships are there for different reasons and not all the friendship has to offer the same qualities. I think now that I have like more of a limited time to spare when I go out somewhere, I really want to spend it with time with people that are giving something to me. And that might sound selfish, but it's part of ecosystem. Like we're giving energy and receiving energy, and I think it's part of life. But I feel like if I give something but I don't receive anything in return, and I'm not talking about materialistic, but like knowledge or interest or energy, I just feel like I'm asking myself, why am I there? You know, I don't feel like I'm enjoying time with the person when I feel like I have nothing to gain from, in a way. So I no longer can have those empty like conversations. And as I said, I think just because my life is so busy with like my business and kids, my husband, like so many other things, that I feel like I really want quality connection these days. And I feel like with quality connections also comes the environment where you thrive as an individual. And I completely eliminated those people from my circle that was more about superficial things, like all about the brands and showing off and things like this. I no longer want to be around that, because I do feel like when you are around that, you start to charge up with that energy and you start to feel like you don't have enough in life, which is not a good feeling to have, right? As I said, you always want to strive for more, but that kind of has to come from within rather than in a perspective of comparison, if that makes sense. Okay, so for the lips, as we talk, I also want to move forward with our makeup routine. I'm doing this Mario Badescu lip balm. It's actually a lip balm that I'm just trying out recently. This one is acai and vanilla like flavor or whatever smell. And really good. Even so, it says that it's kind of a night lip mask, but honestly, I'm applying it for a day as well. It's nice, it's hydrating and moisturizing, it looks nice. I would say our skin is kind of prepped. I will give another spray of Clear Stem setting spray just to kind of set everything in. Let it dry. Also last one. This is not for morning, so please take a note, this is not for morning routine, this is more for night. But I wanted to show you this product because I truly feel like it's a product that I incorporated maybe a year ago, and I feel like it did change my skin. Mandelic acid. I use mandelic acid of 8%, and this product I use maybe twice a week. Before going to bed, you apply this on a clear skin, so you wash your face well, you apply the serum, and on top of that you can apply your regular night cream, moisturizing cream, and you just sleep with it. You wash it off in the morning and your skin just glows, and also like it just feels so smoother. This replaces physical and harsh exfoliators, so I don't use any more scrubs, because I actually used to have a problem with redness, and I went to dermatologist and she's like, skin like yours, it's so sensitive for this kind of abrasive exfoliation, so you absolutely have to use more of a chemical exfoliation, which is honestly always sounds so scary to me, but I'm telling you, mandelic acid, so gentle and just so good for your skin. I also feel like I got rid of like small breakouts that I used to have. So this one, think about it as a good cleansing routine in your week. Twice a week works as a charm. So I will say that confidence is not something you truly born with. I feel like you kind of work on it as you grow, and as we watch now that I'm lived until age of 31, I think your confidence source can shift naturally throughout life, so which is normal because you are progressing, and I feel like as you grow and you progress, you will have to find your new source of confidence and find yourself again. And I will say that I don't really feel confident every day. Like some days are great. I mean, I consider myself now probably a fairly confident person, even so sometimes I get surprised when people like, oh, you so confident. Like I'm like, am I? I don't even know. Like sometimes I just feel like I don't have it together, because I feel like people think the confident person has to, like, on outside it looks like they move through life with ease. It means that they are feeling confident on the inside and they know what they're doing. But honestly, like more than half of the time I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't feel like I'm stepping into everything I do in life with confidence. But I think that learning that this feeling will not be always steady and stable. You're not always gonna wake up feeling 100%. You just have to like ride the wave, and some days when you feel absolutely bomb and so confident and you lean more into it and you enjoy it. But some days when you feel a little bit like hiding in your shell, you do that too. And that's normal, and tomorrow will be another day. I think just reminding yourself that tomorrow will be another day, and tomorrow you'll feel different, and that feeling that you're in now, it's not going to stay forever. So I think it's something that's so important to remind yourself in those like more of a cloudy moments. So for a day, I put it concealer, as you saw. I love this concealer by Armani. This shade is 3.5. It's kind of old, so it's kind of removed the number, but I think it's 3.5. I will be honest, even when I'm using BB cream, like now I use this Herbarian CC cream that contains SPF 30. By the way, the shade, if you are similar complexion to mine, this is called Claire. Okay, so this is good if you have kind of a face color like mine. This is a great shade, and also it's not as vivid, so it actually blends in, and I feel like it can adjust to a lot of shades of skin. I still apply the concealer that is more of a makeup. Why? Because I, first of all, like a little bit of coverage under my eyes, of course, but also I will say that I'm quite allergic anything that's around my eyes. I'm having always a hard time to find a mascara that I'm not allergic to, because a lot of times I apply and then after a day I feel like I start to blink so often. I feel like my eyes are dry, and I know that this is allergic reaction. From the same brand, I was trying the under eye concealer, which I absolutely loved. I love how it looked, but I started to have that effect as well. So I was like, you know what, I think I'm allergic to that too. So I came back to my old school Armani concealer for a day, and it works perfect. So for this CC cream, I just apply like pea size, and I like to rub it just like you would do for the sunscreen. Protects your face through the day, especially if you live in a place like Florida. You absolutely have to protect your face, and also just gives like a light coverage without feeling too much like makeup, you know, because I'm not always want to feel like I'm having a makeup on. I love that fresh, useful no makeup look. So next one, also the blush. I've been loving this one because it kind of gives you a blush effect without feeling like too much. It's by Ulta Beauty, and it's called Glass Balm, and it's kind of like multi-purpose balm. You can like apply it for cheeks, you can apply it for lips, but it gives you like a little kind of glowy effect that we'll all try for. For the eyes, I will use this one. It's kind of like an eye highlighter, I would call it. So it's like it gives you a little shimmer on the eyes without like giving you too much shadows. So again, perfect for this kind of like a day simple easygoing makeups. And last but not least, actually not the last but not least, we have brows and also lips. I'm a person that have very fair brows, which I love because I learned how to embrace that look, because I think in the modeling world I always, you know, as I said, you focus so much on your appearance, you kind of want to always change something, and I was thinking about even microblading at some point, but honestly I think I learned how to embrace it. And especially like in modeling, you kind of, they love that look, kind of like a cosmic look without like brows, and I love that look for myself now. But I have to say, I feel like adding a little bit of brows just define my face a little better. And I found this, I get asked so much, it's actually a Russian brand called Romanova Makeup. I think they sell in US as well, and it's a shade Ice Blonde, I think, and I think it's a perfect shade for me personally. It just adds a little bit of something, look, you know what I mean? So it's like not too much. I have other pencil for more like evening looks, but even for evenings now I started to do this one because I love my bright and light eyebrows. It gives me more of an angelic feel, but don't let the looks fool you. So we are good with brows. Feeling good today about myself. Talking about confidence. Today's the day. That's why I decided to film that video. I was like, today's the day. I'm gonna film confidence video on a day when I feel confident. I feel like it flows better, you know? So lips, Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury. I love this lip liner for the day. It just like, it gives a little color to the lips without like making them too overly, excessively lined. Kind of like a nudish, pinkish color. And then what I love to do, I take a little kind of a coffee color, darker one by Motif, and I just do a little bit on the top, not too much, just a little. In the bottom, blend it in. I feel like that's kind of define your lip and also doesn't make it too much, but in a way it just kind of like gives you a plumbing effect. And then I'm gonna put the lip plum, it's brand Tarte Lip Balm. I don't know what the shade though. Prime Rose. It's called Prime Rose. I don't know if you're gonna see it, guys. Anyway, it's Prime Rose, trust me. And it comes as a pencil. You just like tap it. It gives like a little bit of a menthol burning effect to kind of plumb your lips. I love the shade for the day as well. Let me show you a little closer. Okay, so this is our no makeup look with a fresh skin. a little bit of lips, a little bit of brows, and a little bit of confidence talk today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are not done yet here because you guys wanted a little also extra something. I feel like, as we talked in the beginning, that confidence, but also the beauty of your skin comes from within, okay? And we are gonna do the green glow smoothie that I absolutely love. It benefits your skin, your immune system, and just your health overall. So we are going to my kitchen to do that beautiful smoothie, and I'll see you in my kitchen. Sorry for the dishwasher noise that you might feel here on the camera. I'm changed. I've been living in this kind of sweatpants with this shirt with a knot. It's actually purposely made like this for everyone asking. I just feel like such an elevated but simple top. So I'm making a glow smoothie today. Great for the vitamin C, collagen production, and also has a bit of protein. So not a little bit of protein, it is a protein. We're adding protein powder there as well. So you're hitting all the goals: the muscles, the skin, the mood, the immunity, everything. So let's get and make it together. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients we are going to be using here. First is frozen banana. I love to use frozen banana because it kind of adds a little bit of thickness into the smoothie, which is so nice. I will give you a tip. I love doing smoothies because I feel like it's also provides me with no waste when it comes to my vegetables and fruits. Whatever I feel like going bad, like look at these bananas, they are dark and they are gonna go bad soon. So I usually clean them, I put them in the Ziploc all together, just throw them in the freezer and freeze them and wait until I need to use them for smoothies. Or also a good tip, making a banana bread from those. We can use also frozen pineapple, but I have a fresh one. So a fresh pineapple, then also spinach. I personally like to use fresh one. You can also use frozen. I like to use fresh because it gives a nice bright color, but when you use frozen, it becomes darker. So also we are going to use protein powder. There are a few protein powders that I'm using, but I really love this one. It's Sprout Living protein powder. I love this one because it's unsweetened. It doesn't overpower the smoothie, it just gives you a nice smoothness without adding any extra like artificial flavor or sweeteners. I love to use banana more for sweetening my smoothie. And then last but not least, milk. I use almond milk. Again, I'm using it unsweetened. That's why I'm using bananas. So I feel like using those ingredients, the smoothie becomes really balanced. And then we also need hemp seed and cinnamon. And let's get into it. I think I forgot to mention also quite important ingredient that's going to be in the smoothie is ginger. I'm using fresh ginger for immunity and overall health. I feel like I've been sick lately so much because of lack of sleep. Whenever I have lack of sleep, I always get sick. So adding a little extra ginger in it is just works like magic, okay? And I honestly love how ginger tastes in that specific smoothie. Adds a little bit of spice. If you don't like the taste of ginger, you can opt out and remove that one, but I highly encourage you to try because I feel like it's something so different and probably you haven't tried before. Our smoothie is ready. Our Glow, beautiful, delicious, healthy smoothie that I absolutely love to incorporate into my routine. Great for your skin and immune system. Really tastes delicious. I recommend you to try to make it at home, and I hope it will become your favorite as well. And on that, ladies, we are gonna complete our little slow morning routine with makeup and my healthy smoothie. I hope you enjoyed this video because I definitely enjoyed taking it slow today, just reflecting on how far I have come with my personal growth and confidence, and of course making a delicious smoothie. And I will say cheers to you, and I would love to hear in your comments what makes you confident today.